continue to not be first.
Do we do enough? Well, I never shut up about it.
It must have been about 16, 17. We nicked their guilt rings. Right, the bouncer's guilt ring.
This is no good for me. That's the reality. If you want the honest truth, and I see it every day.
This is Umar for IFL TV. We've just had the press conference, final one for Ionut Baluta against Dennis McCann this Friday night at York Hall, TNT Sports. Right, I just want to address something there. You said that you bumped into Dennis in Mowgli Club in Marbella. I want to know what happened there between you and Dennis, what was said in Mowgli.
En el club, ¿qué pasa? En el...
No, nosotros fuimos a comprar algo de comer y él saliendo del coche al lado de un club Mowgli y cuando él bajó del coche, visto cara a cara. Y después hablando, yo le pregunto, ¿qué haces? ¿Que peleas conmigo? Y él me confirmó, después me dice que estoy fuerte y nada más.
Basically, it wasn't much. It was that just had food, whatnot, and then outside the club, they got out of the car and they were just a little bit back and forth, friendly, just like today. Like, do you want to fight? Let's fight, whatnot. And Ionut said, "Yeah, I'm ready. I'm strong. Let's have the fight." And he said, "Yeah, let's have it." So as soon as that happened, Ionut got on the phone to me saying, "I want to get this fight sorted." So we spoke to his management team and worked around it, and we got the fight sorted essentially.
Okay, let's talk about getting the fight sorted. Dennis said that he requested this, he asked for this, and in his words, you guys were being slightly difficult, not you and his, but Ionut and his team.
I'm his legal team, so it probably was me being difficult. Yeah. So I could answer this one without Ionut. What had happened is we were offered the fight the night of the Andrew Kane win. We were told of the possibilities, and straight away Ionut said to me, "Let's do it. I'm happy. I want it." So we're in the car going back. We're talking intricacies, legal formalities, stuff like that, rematches, etc. So once me and Ionut have had a proper sit down a few days after the fight, me and Francis had spoken, because Francis is Ionut's manager. So we had a word. He offered it again. He said, "Look, what do you think?" We said, "We want it. We want the fight. We need to have certain things in place for us." They wanted a rematch, but only on if the terms were to be if Ionut loses essentially by a wide margin. They don't want it to be a rematch, and then we had our own what we wanted to put in there, such as even if it's a few rounds in it, unless it's actually a thing where people are saying it needs to be a rematch, we don't want there to be one, stuff like this. So it's stuff that you see happening all the time, stuff with Tyson Fury. You see a lot of this in the play, and then eventually we settled on a good deal. We were offered on the undercard of a big stadium fight, which then fell out because of his fight being announced with someone else. So you put two and two together on who it was. Yep. So we were offered it on that. So we were offered a certain provisions because it was a big fight. And then when it come to being the York Hall one, Ionut said, "I want it. Let's take it." And we accepted this in March. So we were happy from post Andrew Kane. We were happy for the fight. Just a little intricacies. He was training for Ionut, and Ionut was training for him. That's just because it gets announced a bit later than what they would have wanted. It doesn't mean that we were skirting him. We were happy to have the fight, and we outright said, and I could pull up messages saying that we want this fight.
I know they've shared over 100 rounds, as Dennis said, up there in Sparring. Does he take anything away from that?
I could tell you what he's going to say. Sparring is sparring.
Sparring is different, is the fight. Yo estoy preparando para este combate, estoy bien, listo, preparado, entrando muy fuerte para esta pelea y este viernes voy a salir ganando.
Sparring is sparring and fighting is fighting. Two different kettles of fish. Is wholly different, and I'm ready. I've prepared hard for a great fight, for a strong fight, and for what will be a tough night for Dennis McCann. I'm ready for Friday, and I'm ready to win.
Can you just clarify comments up there about in Marbella that people within Queensbury, Dennis's team, didn't want him sparring certain people?
Entiendo.
Yeah. No, yo hablo, no problema.
Sí, porque de verdad su equipo le decía a muchas personas porque hace sparring con Baluta, porque entrenas en este gimnasio. Su equipo está interesando cómo estoy yo en el campo, porque las personas, los chicos hacen sparring conmigo, porque me ayudan.
Basically, what happened is he was trying to organise sparrings for his camp with his trainer, and they were getting told we're not sure if it was Queensbury, if it was Team McCann, so we can't say. That's essentially hearsay. But what we were told is they've been said and they've been told that they can't spar Ionut Baluta, and there was essentially an embargo on going to spar Ionut. So anyone who was out there was issues if they were sparring him. So we had to navigate those issues. There were a few people that did spar and they didn't really care what was said. They said they wanted the rounds, which was good. There were a few people that wouldn't come to spar because they'd been told they can't spar. So it swings and roundabouts. Everyone wants to try and have their advantages and disadvantages, and if they think that's going to be a disadvantage for Baluta, we've got another thing coming.
Listen, Ionut Baluta, thank you very much for talking to IFL TV. Maybe a final prediction to Dennis McCann in English, if we can, maybe.
Un mensaje
En inglés, un mensaje por el tú cómo estás ganar.
es bambino. Oh, in Spanish.
No, inglés, in Spanish, por ti, no problema.
¿En español o en inglés?
Por ti, no problema.
Uh,
Hablo en inglés y hablo en Spanish, los dos.
Denis come mucho joribo para estar fuerte este viernes porque te espera una gran pelea, una guerra y no corres mucho como las jirafas. Como no corres mucho, como caprivare, ¿cómo se dice? No lo sé. ¿Cómo se dice?
What he said is essentially Dennis McCann eats a lot of Haribo, and on Friday night it'll be a big fight. It'll be a very good fight, and he hopes Dennis McCann is ready for a guerra, a war, and he hopes he doesn't run too much, and told him not to do too much dancing and just come in and fight.
Look forward to it. All the best. Thank you, guys.
Do not be first.
Do we do enough? Well, I never shut up about it.
It must have been about 16, 17. We nicked their guilt rings. Right, the bouncer's guilt ring.
This is no good for me. That's the reality. If you want the honest truth, and I see it every day,